Hey everyone, welcome back to Boost Your Income with Bootstrap to WordPress. This lecture is called Recommended Tools for Sketching and Wireframing Your Website. Alright, so there are a few tools out there that can help you in terms of sketching or wireframing. You could go the pen and paper route, and you can go the digital route. All you really need is just a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, but that's not necessarily the most professional or inspirational way of wireframing. You know, if you just handed a piece of loose leaf paper or a napkin to your client with crayon or just a Sharpie on it, it might not be so professional, and you might not be able to convey your ideas very well. But if you presented a really nice notebook with some really beautiful sketches, that's much more professional and it's more inspiring to work with. It's more creative. Even further, if you wanted to have a digital software where you can create wireframes quickly, and it's software specifically designed for wireframing, you could create really nice looking wireframes that are actually fun to create. So let me show you a couple of the options. If you like the idea of creating a wireframe with just a pen and a notebook, then I suggest checking out Gridbooks, which is bradhussey.ca/gridbooks. Keep in mind, that's my affiliate link, and if you do decide to purchase a gridbook with that link, I'll get a small commission. If you don't want to go that route, totally fine. You could just go to the gridbooks.com website and bypass that altogether. Gridbooks is basically the best way to visualize and sketch digital ideas, and they're beautiful handmade notebooks designed and crafted here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where I'm currently residing. I actually worked with these guys, Sajak and Farkey, the digital agency who creates Gridbooks. I was their front-end developer at one point, and I got to work with them on the Gridbooks website and everything. We used Gridbooks every day, and I still use Gridbooks all the time when I'm wireframing my websites. I even use them just for note-taking. They have a series of different types of books. They have the web books, mobile books, banner books. You can buy bundles, and they're truly beautiful. So, for example, if you're just looking for like a web grid and you want to wireframe websites, the web books or web pads are good options for you. You can go to the website, you can go through the products, you can check them out. They're gorgeous. They're fun to draw with and take notes and sketch. They're specifically designed for wireframing. They use a 960 grid, so you can actually sketch grids with the dot grid that is printed on the paper itself. It's not just a piece of paper just for taking notes. It's specifically for web designers working with grids. That's what's so great about Gridbooks. That's what sets them apart from, say, a Moleskine or just a traditional grid pad. This is specifically meant for websites, mobile websites. You can see here they have mobile grids, specifically designed for wireframing and sketching for iPhones and digital kind of handheld devices. They even have banner grids if you're doing banner ads and things like that. So I recommend Gridbooks. I have a handful of Gridbooks with me that I use all the time. The other option is if you wanted to go the digital route, and I love this route as well. In fact, I use both the pen and paper route and the digital route. I like to start with paper and then bring it to the computer. I suggest checking out OmniGraffle. If you go to bradhussey.ca/OmniGraffle, that'll take you to the OmniGraffle app in iTunes. Keep in mind, this is for a Mac. OmniGraffle is basically a whole software that is designed for page layouts, process charts, wireframing, graphic design, diagrams. You could do a whole bunch of stuff with it, but I specifically use it for wireframing. So here I have OmniGraffle, and I've already created just a little wireframe just to show you. So here's OmniGraffle. I have a title page here. I got a little sitemap. You can see our website's going to have home, blog, resources, and contact page. You can see sub pages within each page. Here's a home page wireframe that I created. So you can see here I've got the page, got some details over here with some notes that would be good to show to the client or something like that. You can see our navigation bar, big hero graphic with some pricing details and a big button, an opt-in box, and then just some sections so you can see how the page is going to be laid out. Continues on here, you could see just some simple boxes and lines, just kind of detailing what the homepage will include. And it takes us all the way down here to the footer. And so basically that's just a simple wireframe using OmniGraffle. So I like both. I like using both GridBooks and OmniGraffle in tandem. So if you're looking to take it a little bit more seriously, I totally suggest checking out GridBooks. They ship worldwide. And OmniGraffle if you're using a Mac, which is also awesome. You can also just use a piece of paper, or you can use Photoshop if you have Photoshop as well. So those are two super useful tools when it comes to wireframing. All right, so in the next lecture, we're going to actually jump into the project. We're going to get started and kind of get our hands dirty. We're going to download the Bootstrap framework and we're going to get our project environment set up. So we'll see you there.